What do you think of when you think of St. Louis? For some, it's the Arch. For others, it's the sports. But for many, it's the crime. And it's easy to see why.
The city with the highest violent crime rate was St. Louis, Missouri, with 2,082 violent crimes per 100,000 people.
For the past several years, clickbait videos and gut-punch headlines have declared St. Louis at the top of the list of the most dangerous cities in America. But the simple truth is, that is simply not true.
I think the media makes it larger than it is, makes it seem worse than it is.
When I see these type of numbers, they're not put in context. A lot of times they're just put out there without any comparative analysis, and then sometimes they're old studies.
St. Louis Police Chief Robert Tracy is the first chief in the city's history hired from outside the department. And he arrived with fresh ideas for fighting crime that appear to show promise.
If you take the recent numbers of where we've been, we've actually improved.
So why does St. Louis keep showing up at the top of the most dangerous cities list?
St. Louis is very unique that the city and the county are not combined. St. Louis City is not even in a county, which is wild.
So consequently, the city, which has most of the attractions and gets most of the recognition, it really only has 280,000 people.
The city of St. Louis is just 62 square miles, making up only 10% of the entire metropolitan area's population. And because St. Louis City and St. Louis County have separate police departments, their crime numbers are reported separately, which is different than almost every other city on the dangerous cities list. If, like all those other cities, St. Louis's crime statistics were based on the metro area, the crime rate for St. Louis would likely be similar to that of Orlando, or San Antonio, or Charlotte, metro areas the same size as St. Louis that are not even in the most dangerous top 10.
If you look on social media, there's no doubt that people have a complete misconception. They think it's a war zone down here, which isn't the case at all.
The truth about crime in St. Louis is it's dropping. But why? First, police have leveraged the use of crime-fighting technology. From the department's real-time crime center, officers can monitor a growing network of security cameras and license plate readers. Police are also relying more on ShotSpotter, an audio technology that detects and pinpoints gunfire. Another improvement has been greater use of the crime-fighting methodology known as CompStat, business management principles applied to policing that relies heavily on deep data analysis to spot crime trends in real time and granular detail so police can respond rapidly and follow up methodically. And now, using the police department's new website, CompStat numbers are being shared with the public.
That website is going to help us drive the narrative, not a narrative that's full of untruths or misinformation. Drive the truth and let people decide after that.
In the first year, after the department intensified its use of CompStat, aggravated assaults dropped 10%. Firearms assaults were down 21%. Carjackings fell by 13%. Vehicle thefts dropped 29%. And murders, typically the result of disputes between people who know each other, dropped 32%. And more progress is expected. The police department is increasing its overtime budget and raising officers' pay, which is helping recruit new hires and bring back experienced officers who left the city for other departments. To reduce car break-ins, the city is increasing pressure on parking lot owners to make their properties more secure. And the mayor has signed a law making it illegal for juveniles to openly carry guns. Business owners are helping too, privately raising millions of dollars for hiring off-duty city police officers to supplement the existing patrols in downtown St. Louis late at night.
We just have to get behind it. This is our city. We live in it. There's a lot at stake. And number one issue wherever you go, you want to feel safe.
America Center is St. Louis's front door. When conventions come to St. Louis, we have a public safety task force working with our fire department, sheriff's department, St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department. We are there on the ground to help support our guests while they're in St. Louis.
She'll meet you on the ground floor.
We have the downtown bike unit.
You also have our public safety ambassadors. They're checking on businesses, they're checking with residents to see if everything is okay and help them feel like they're in a safe environment.
We love the small town feel of it, as bizarre as that seems. It's sort of like a small town within a big city.
Michelle Braswell lives and works in downtown St. Louis, and so does Eric Lutenegger. Both run their small businesses from T-Rex, a workspace serving St. Louis's vibrant innovation community.
We see the crime on the news, but we have definitely not had any direct experience or even witnessed any. And we walk a lot.
I'm not saying you don't hear things and crime doesn't happen at all, but I don't feel unsafe.
Like any large city, St. Louis has its issues with crime. No one is denying that. But with crime statistics, there can be a difference between accuracy and truth. And in both the mainstream media and social media, the crime conversation often lacks context.
It's frustrating when you see this and you know that you're in this city every day. And when I read it, I'm wondering where are they getting it from, right? Just because you saw it on the 6 o'clock news doesn't mean that's what this city is.
And for city leaders, what makes the dangerous city narrative even more frustrating is it comes at a time when St. Louis is experiencing a renaissance, with growing numbers of new places to live, to work, and to play.
44% of all of the income for the state of Missouri comes from the St. Louis region. So this is a big part of it and something that needs to be fostered, loved, and cared for and promoted.
Downtown St. Louis is the core of this region. If it does not succeed, then the region cannot succeed. I truly believe that.
For the most part, many people who come to downtown and enjoy our restaurants and our entertainment venues, they do not experience an incident of crime or a violation. We need to make sure that people understand you can come here and feel safe and still enjoy everything that we have to offer.
But we've made some great progress in the last several years. The sky's the limit for this city, and this is a place that my wife has already told me we're not moving. We'll spend the rest of our life here. So therefore, we better make it work.